Fear is often described as a reaction to danger, but most of the fear you experience in your life is not caused by anything real. There is no predator, no physical threat, nothing actually happening, and yet your body reacts as if something terrible is about to occur. Your heart rate increases, your muscles tense, your breathing changes. Today, we're going to talk about why the human brain creates fears that do not exist, and why this process once helped us survive, but now often works against us. To understand fear, you need to understand one simple fact. The part of your brain responsible for fear is far older than the part responsible for logic. Long before language, before civilization, before rational thought, humans survived by reacting quickly, not by thinking deeply. If something moved in the dark, you ran. If something looked wrong, you avoided it. This mechanism kept humans alive. But the brain never evolved to ask, is this fear useful in a modern world? It still reacts the same way it did thousands of years ago. One of the most misunderstood facts about the brain is this: your brain does not experience reality directly. It predicts reality. Based on past experiences, patterns, and associations, the brain constantly asks one question: what is most likely to happen next? Fear appears when the brain predicts danger, even if that prediction is wrong. This is why people can feel fear from images, sounds, textures, or ideas that have never harmed them. The brain is not responding to reality. It is responding to a prediction. When the brain predicts danger, it activates the same systems as if the threat were real. Adrenaline is released. The nervous system switches to survival mode. Your body prepares for action. The brain does not pause to check if the threat exists outside your thoughts. From a biological perspective, imagined danger and real danger are processed almost identically. This is why fear feels physical, even when nothing is happening. The human brain is a pattern recognition machine. It constantly searches for meaning, structure, and repetition. Sometimes this works against us. Certain patterns, clusters, irregular textures, unnatural symmetry trigger discomfort or fear. Not because they are dangerous, but because they resemble patterns once associated with disease, decay, or threat. Your brain reacts before you understand why. This reaction is automatic, unconscious, and extremely fast. One of the most frustrating aspects of fear is this: you can logically understand that something is harmless and still feel intense fear. That is because fear does not come from logic. It comes from a deeper system, one that prioritizes survival over accuracy. The brain would rather be wrong and alive than correct and dead. So fear continues, even when reason says it shouldn't. In the past, fear ended when the threat ended. Today, many fears have no resolution. They exist as ideas, images, thoughts. The brain activates, but nothing ever happens to shut the system down. This creates chronic discomfort, anxiety, and persistent fear without a clear cause. Fear is not a flaw. It is not weakness. It is an ancient system doing its job in a world it was never designed for. When you understand that fear is a prediction, not a fact, you create distance between yourself and the reaction. The fear may still appear, but it no longer controls the story.